The alert echoed through the smooth, curved halls of the Stellar Council's main chamber. Red lights pulsed along the walls, casting unusual shadows across the faces of the gathered council members. High Administrator Gray's skin shifted from its usual calm blue to a worried purple as the massive screen before them displayed. Captain Stone rubbed her tired eyes as she watched the alien station through the Thunder's main viewport. The massive ship's bridge was quieter than usual, with only the soft peeping of instruments breaking the silence. Her crew worked carefully at their stations, stealing glances at the strange structures that filled this alien system. "Look at those orbital rings," said Reed, the chief engineer, pointing at the gleaming bands that circled the nearby gas giant. "They're beautiful. Never seen anything built with such care." His hands were stained with engine grease. He'd been working nonstop since the pirate attack 3 days ago. The Thunder wasn't supposed to be here. The ship, a converted colony vessel, had been hauling supplies and maintenance equipment to the outer colonies when space pirates ambushed them. They'd won the fight, but the Thunder's main drive was damaged. They'd limped into this unknown system, hoping to find a place to make repairs. "They're scared of us," said Walker, the communications officer. She pointed to her screens, showing the movement of alien ships. "They're moving their stations away, hiding them behind that gas giant." Stone understood why. The Thunder was huge. It had to be, to carry everything needed to build and maintain colony worlds. Its industrial lasers, mining equipment, and construction tools could look like weapons to anyone who didn't know better. Even the repair drones, now patching the hull breach in Section 7, might appear threatening. "Their language is fascinating," Walker continued. "They communicate with colors and light patterns. The computer's having trouble keeping up with the translations." She played back the alien greeting message, making the bridge fill with soft, pulsing lights. Stone made her decision. "Send them a full manifest of our cargo and crew. Show them we're mostly carrying engineers and maintenance workers." She turned to Reed. "How long do we need for repairs?" The engineer wiped his hands on his already dirty uniform. 3 days, minimum. "The main drive took a bad hit. We could really use a proper repair dock, but I can work with the drones if we have to." A new message came in from the aliens. Walker's eyes widened as she read it. "They're inviting us to approach, but they want us to stay in a high orbit. They're calling themselves the Stellar Council of System 47. She paused, checking another screen. "Captain, they're still evacuating their civilian stations. They really think we're some kind of warship." Stone looked around her bridge. Most of her crew were technicians and engineers. They had basic weapons training, sure. Everyone in deep space did. But the Thunder's true strength was in its tools and the skilled people who used them. The only real weapons they had were point defense lasers for shooting down asteroids and the makeshift ones they used against the pirates. "Show me the closest alien station," Stone ordered. The screen shifted to show an elegant structure that looked like crystal and light woven together. "Beautiful," she whispered. "Their technology level must be incredibly high. Maybe they could help us with repairs." A warning light flashed on Walker's console. "Captain, we're picking up unusual readings from their stations. Energy surges, like they're powering up something big." "They're preparing defenses," Stone said, shaking her head. "Send another message. Tell them we come in peace, and we need their help. Show them the pirate damage. Maybe if they see how badly we're hurt, they'll understand." The bridge crew waited as Walker sent the message. Minutes passed. The alien stations continued their evacuation, but at least they hadn't started shooting. "Message from their leader," Walker finally announced. "They're offering to send inspectors to verify our damage. The translation's a bit rough, but I think they want to help." Stone smiled for the first time in days. "Progress. Tell them yes, but suggest a neutral meeting point. We don't want to spook them more by getting too close to their stations." She turned to Reed. "Get your repair crews ready to give a tour. And clean yourself up a bit. We're about to be humanity's first ambassadors to these people." Reed looked down at his stained uniform and grinned. "Yes, Captain." Should I hide the big scary repair drones or show them off? Show them everything, Stone said. It's time these aliens learned that not everything that looks dangerous actually is. The inspection team from the Stellar Council approached the Thunder in a small crystal-like shuttle. Through its transparent hull, the three alien inspectors could be seen changing colors rapidly, shifting between nervous purple and determined green. The shuttle itself sparkled in the starlight, making the Thunder's battle-scarred hull look even more threatening in comparison. High Administrator Gray watched from the Council station as the shuttle drew closer to the human ship. His skin had been stuck in a worried purple shade for hours. Keep all channels open, he ordered his communication team. If anything happens to our inspectors. The human ship's massive cargo bay doors slowly opened. To the aliens, it looked like a giant metal monster opening its mouth. Inside, they could see strange machinery and large, spider-like repair drones moving around. The inspection team's shuttle transmitted back images that made the council members' skin turn several shades paler. Those must be their warrior machines, one council member said, pointing at the repair drones. The aliens had never built robots for anything except delicate scientific work. These large industrial machines were completely foreign to them. Inside the Thunder's cargo bay, Captain Stone waited with Reed and a small welcome team. They watched as the alien shuttle landed carefully, its crystal surface reflecting the bay's lights in rainbow patterns. Remember, Stone told her crew, move slowly and try to smile. We don't want to scare them more than they already are. The alien inspectors emerged from their shuttle, their skin shifting between colors as they took in their surroundings. The translator devices buzzed as they tried to convert the aliens' color speech into something humans could understand. The result was a jumble of broken phrases and mismatched words. Your war engines, one inspector said, gesturing at a nearby repair drone. Their skin flashed warning orange. Many, very many. Reed stepped forward, eager to explain. No, these are repair drones. Look. He pulled out his control pad and made one of the drones pick up a damaged hull plate. They help us fix things. They're tools, not weapons. The alien's skin turned alarm purple when the drone moved. Their translator converted Reed's friendly explanation into what sounded like threatening color patterns. To them, it seemed like he was boasting about his war machine's strength. Back at the council station, Gray watched the video feed with growing concern. They're demonstrating their military capabilities, he said, his skin darkening. And look at their leader, covered in black marks. He was referring to the grease stains on Reed's uniform, which their culture interpreted as ritual war paint. The situation grew worse when the Thunder's automated repair system started up. Welding sparks showered from the ceiling as drones worked on fixing the hull breach. To the aliens, it looked like the ship was preparing weapons. Their inspection team backed away toward their shuttle, their skin nearly white with fear. Wait, Stone called out, realizing things were going wrong. We're not a threat. We just need help with repairs. But the translator mangled her words, turning them into a series of harsh, aggressive color patterns. One of the inspection team touched a control on their suit. Suddenly, all the crystal technology they carried, their shuttle, their tools, their scanners, started to glow with bright, pulsing patterns. It was a distress signal, but to the humans, it looked like they were powering up weapons. Security teams on both sides moved into defensive positions. The aliens retreated to their shuttle, transmitting urgent messages back to their council. The Thunder's crew raised their hands to show they were unarmed, but this gesture meant nothing to the aliens. The crystal shuttle took off quickly, leaving behind a trail of light patterns that the Thunder's translator interpreted as warnings about human aggression. As they flew away, more alien stations began moving to safer positions, their crystal structures glowing with what looked like defensive energy fields. Stone watched the shuttle leave, feeling helpless. Well, she said to Reed, that could have gone better. She looked at the repair drones, still peacefully working on the hull, and wondered how such simple machines could cause so much fear. In the council chamber, Gray made an emergency announcement. The humans have revealed their military nature. Their ship carries armies of war machines. We must prepare for the worst. His skin showed patches of fear purple and resignation gray as he gave orders to begin full evacuation procedures. The misunderstanding was complete. What the humans saw as a simple request for help, the aliens saw as the prelude to invasion. And somewhere in the darkness of space, real trouble was heading toward them all. The radar operator on the Thunder's bridge noticed the new signals first. 3 ships had just dropped out of faster-than-light travel at the edge of the system. They were smaller than the Thunder but moved fast, their engines burning hot as they pushed deeper into the system. "Captain," Walker called from her station. "Those energy signatures match the pirates who attacked us." Her hands moved quickly over the controls, bringing up detailed scans. Same ships, same weapons. They must have followed our trail. Stone's face hardened as she watched the pirate ships approach. They were heading straight for the aliens' research station, the one facility that hadn't been able to evacuate yet. The pirates had probably noticed it was the most isolated target. "They think we called for backup," Reed said from his engineering station, still trying to fix the Thunder's main drive. "The aliens, I mean. Look at their stations. They're all powering up those crystal shield things." He was right. Every alien structure in view was now glowing with bright defensive patterns. Their sensors showed thousands of small crystal ships moving to protect their larger stations. But the research station was too far away. Help wouldn't reach it in time. On the council station, Gray and his advisors watched in horror as the 3 unknown ships approached. "More human warships," he said, his skin turning the deepest purple anyone had ever seen. "They're moving to surround us." The pirates didn't waste any time. Their ships surrounded the research station, weapons powering up. The station's crystal surface flickered weakly. It had minimal defenses. Inside, hundreds of alien scientists worked on projects too delicate to move quickly. "Captain," Walker said, her voice tight, "the pirates are broadcasting demands to the research station. They want everything. Technology, research data, materials." She paused, listening. "The aliens don't understand. Their translator can't handle the pirates' message format." Stone stood up from her command chair. The Thunder's weapons were limited, just point defense lasers and a few makeshift guns they'd put together after the last pirate attack. But they had something better. Dozens of industrial tools that could be used in ways the pirates wouldn't expect. "Reed," she called out, "are any of the repair drones combat ready?" After the last pirate attack, they'd modified some of their maintenance equipment for defense. The engineer had called it getting creative with the warranty. "6 drones ready," Reed replied with a grin. "Mining lasers, magnetic grapplers, and those hull welding plasma torches you said I shouldn't install." He paused. "Not exactly warship grade, but they'll surprise anyone who's not expecting them." Stone watched as the pirates fired warning shots at the research station. The crystal structure shuddered, its weak shields flickering. The aliens inside were broadcasting distress signals, patterns of light that spoke of fear and desperation. "They think we're with the pirates," Stone said quietly. "If we help, we might convince them we're not the threat they think we are. If we don't." She didn't need to finish. Either way, this was their chance to prove what kind of people humans really were. She made her decision. Battle stations. Walker broadcast to all ships, pirates, and aliens alike. "Tell them to stand down or face the consequences." She turned to Reed. "Launch the drones. Show them what human engineering can really do." The cargo bay doors opened, and 6 repair drones shot out into space. They looked strange. Construction machines bristling with tools that had been turned into makeshift weapons. The pirates, expecting an easy raid, suddenly found themselves facing something they didn't understand. From the council station, Gray and his advisors watched in confusion. The huge human ship was launching what they thought were war machines, but instead of attacking the research station, these machines were moving to protect it. "Watch," Gray said, his skin showing patches of confused yellow. "Let's see what these humans really want." The battle was about to begin, and with it, everything would change. The pirates were about to learn why you shouldn't underestimate human creativity, and the aliens were about to learn that sometimes the most dangerous-looking ship might be exactly the one you want on your side. The repair drones moved fast, their industrial engines pushing them toward the research station. Reed controlled them from the Thunder's bridge, his fingers dancing across the control panel. The pirates hadn't expected anything to challenge them, and their surprise showed in their slow reaction. "Drone 1, show them what a mining laser can do," Reed said with a grin. The first drone fired its industrial cutting beam at the nearest pirate ship. The laser, designed to cut through asteroid rock, sliced through the pirate's outer hull like it was paper. The pirate ship spun away, venting atmosphere. The aliens watching from the research station pressed against their crystal windows, their skin shifting between amazement gold and confusion yellow. They saw what looked like maintenance machines fighting with tools they recognized from their own construction yards. "Look at their faces," Walker said, showing the camera feed on the main screen. "I don't think they've ever seen anyone use mining equipment as weapons before." The alien's color speech was showing patterns that the translator interpreted as pure bewilderment. Stone watched as two more drones used magnetic grapplers, normally used for moving heavy cargo, to grab the second pirate ship. The grapplers' powerful electromagnets attached to the ship's hull, and the drones pulled in opposite directions, tearing off armor plates and exposing vital systems. "Their weapons are powering down," the radar operator reported. "The pirates are starting to retreat." The first two ships were already turning around, their engines flaring as they tried to escape. But the third pirate ship wasn't giving up. It charged straight at the research station, weapons firing. The station's weak shields flickered and started to fail. Inside, alien scientists broadcast panic in brilliant flashes of white and purple. "Not on my watch," Reed growled. He sent the remaining 3 drones streaking toward the attacking ship. They carried the modified plasma torches, tools meant for welding hull breaches that now served a different purpose. The drones surrounded the pirate ship, their torches cutting through its engine housing. The pirate ship's engines died, and it drifted to a stop. From its hull came emergency beacons, the universal signal for surrender. The other 2 pirate ships were already disappearing into the distance, leaving their companion behind. On the council station, Gray watched everything through the main view screen. His skin had shifted to a new color, a mix of surprise orange and realization blue. "Those aren't weapons," he said slowly. "They're using repair tools to fight. Everything we thought was a weapon system. Their maintenance equipment," finished Council Member Blue, his skin showing understanding green. "The huge doors aren't for launching fighters. They're cargo bays. Those war machines are just repair drones." The Thunder moved closer to the research station, its repair drones returning to their bays. Through the station's crystal walls, the alien scientists could now see into the cargo holds. Where they had expected to see weapons and soldiers, they saw spare parts, construction materials, and maintenance equipment. Stone's voice came through the communication system, the translator finally working better after processing more of their color language. "Is everyone on the research station okay? We can send over engineering teams to help with any damage." The scientists' skin colors shifted to grateful blue as they sent back their reply. They had never seen tools used as weapons before. Their species had always kept construction and conflict completely separate. The idea that something could be both had never occurred to them. Gray made a decision. His skin shifted to authority gold as he broadcast to all stations in the system. "Stand down defensive measures. The humans." He paused, choosing his colors carefully. "The humans are not our enemies. They have protected us using wisdom we did not expect." Stone smiled as she watched the alien stations power down their shields. Across the system, the crystal structures stopped glowing with defensive patterns and instead started showing colors of welcome and friendship. The translator interpreted them as messages of gratitude and admiration. "Well," Reed said, looking at the readouts from his drones, "I guess sometimes you don't need warships to win a fight. Good old human ingenuity works just fine." He patted his control panel proudly. "Though I think these drones might need a bit of maintenance after all that creative use." Through the viewport, the Council station began to move closer, its crystal surface now glowing with patterns that spoke of trust and cooperation. What had started as a misunderstanding was turning into something much more interesting, a meeting of two very different ways of thinking. The Thunder's cargo bay looked very different now. Where repair drones had once moved in silence, there was now a mix of humans and aliens examining equipment together. The alien skin shifted through shades of fascination yellow as Reed showed them how a simple mining laser could be adjusted to cut through pirate ship hulls. "The power output is the same," Reed explained, pointing to the laser's controls. "We just changed how we used it." The translator converted his words into patterns of light that made the alien skin ripple with understanding green. Stone watched from a walkway above as more aliens arrived through their crystal shuttle. They moved through the cargo bay, touching everything, their skin showing colors of wonder and curiosity. One of them spent 20 minutes studying a simple wrench, amazed by how such a basic tool could have so many uses. "Your people are very adaptable," Gray said, standing next to Stone. His skin showed respect gold as he watched his people learning. The translator was working much better now, having learned enough of their color language to convey meaning clearly. "We never thought to use things this way." Below them, a group of alien scientists were examining the repair drones that had fought off the pirates. Their skin showed disbelief orange as Reed demonstrated how the magnetic grapplers could both lift heavy cargo and tear apart enemy ships. To them, it was like watching someone use a pen as a weapon. Technically possible, but it had never crossed their minds. "Necessity," Stone replied with a smile. "Humans had to learn to use what we had. Sometimes the best weapon is just a tool used creatively." She pointed to the hull breach that Reed's team was still repairing. "We didn't build the Thunder to fight, but when we had to protect ourselves, we learned to work with what we had." The aliens were sharing their knowledge too. Their crystal technology was far ahead of anything humans had created. They showed Stone's engineers how their ships used light itself as a power source, converting starlight into energy more efficiently than any human solar panel. "Your ship," Gray said, his skin showing curiosity yellow. It was meant to build colonies. The concept amazed him. His people had never thought to make ships so large. They built small and elegant, using their advanced technology to do more with less. Stone nodded. "The Thunder can carry everything needed to start a new colony. Construction equipment, power generators, farming tools." She paused. "That's why it looks so threatening. Sometimes the tools to build a world can also break one, if you use them differently." More alien shuttles arrived, bringing engineers and scientists. They were fascinated by human mechanical technology, so different from their crystal-based systems, where they used light and crystal to solve problems. Humans used metal and electricity. Both approaches had their strengths, and both sides could see the potential in learning from each other. Reed had set up a demonstration area where he showed how humans repaired hull breaches. The aliens watched in amazement as repair drones cut away damaged metal, welded new plates in place, and sealed everything tight. Their own repair methods involved growing new crystal sections. Elegant but slow. "We could help each other," Gray said, his skin showing possibility purple. "Your tools, our crystals. Together." He didn't need to finish. The potential was obvious to everyone. In another part of the cargo bay, alien scientists were teaching human engineers about their crystal technology. The humans' faces showed the same wonder that the alien skin colors displayed. Both sides were learning that different didn't mean wrong. It just meant new possibilities. Walker had set up a cultural exchange station where both species could learn about each other's history. The aliens were amazed by stories of how humans had turned plowshares into swords and back again, adapting to whatever challenges they faced. The humans were equally impressed by the aliens' dedication to finding peaceful solutions to every problem. "I think," Stone said, watching everyone work together below, "this is the beginning of something important." She looked at Gray, whose skin now showed agreement blue. "We may have scared you at first, but maybe that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes being scared of something makes you look at it more carefully." Gray's skin rippled with amusement orange. "And sometimes," he replied, "what scares you turns out to be exactly what you need." Together, they watched as humans and aliens continued to learn from each other, neither species quite what the other had expected, but both finding something valuable in their differences. 2 weeks had passed since the pirate attack, and System 47 looked very different now. The Thunder floated in a new repair dock that combined human and alien technology. Crystal structures guided repair drones as they fixed the last of the battle damage, while human engineers worked alongside alien technicians to install crystal-powered engines. In the council chamber, Stone and Gray stood before the assembled alien leaders. The chamber's walls glowed with patterns of ceremony gold as Gray raised his hands to speak. His skin showed pride blue as he addressed his people. "Today we sign more than just an agreement," Gray said, his colors shifting to emphasis gold. "We sign a new chapter in our history." Behind him, a large screen showed the captured pirate ship being taken apart. Humans and aliens worked together, learning from each technology they discovered. Stone looked around the chamber, remembering how afraid these aliens had been when the Thunder first arrived. Now their skin showed colors of friendship and trust. On a nearby table, the treaty waited for signatures, a document that would change both their civilizations. "The human ship Thunder came to us by accident," Gray continued, his skin rippling with amusement orange. "We thought they were warriors coming to attack. Instead, they showed us something we have forgotten, that the same hands that build can also protect." The treaty was simple but powerful. The aliens would share their crystal technology, teaching humans how to use light and energy in ways they had never imagined. In return, humans would help protect the system, teaching the aliens how to defend themselves using the tools they already had. Reed stood near the back of the chamber, his uniform finally clean of grease stains. Next to him, alien engineers watched the ceremony with skin showing excitement yellow. They had already started working together on new projects, combining human mechanical skills with alien crystal science. "Our first joint project will be upgrading the Thunder," Stone announced to the chamber. The screen changed to show designs for the ship's new systems. Crystal power cores would replace the old engines, while human-style repair drones would protect the entire system. "She'll be the first of many ships that carry both our technologies among the stars." The alien's skin rippled with approval green. They had learned that humans weren't the warriors they had feared. They were builders, explorers, and problem solvers who had simply learned to use their tools in creative ways when needed. Walker, who had mastered much of the color language, activated the translator for the final part of the ceremony. As Stone and Gray signed the treaty, their words were converted into both human speech and alien color patterns, marking the moment when their two species officially became allies. "But this is more than just a military agreement," Gray said, his skin showing wisdom purple. "Today we learn from each other. Your humans show us that tools can have many uses, while we show you that technology can be both beautiful and powerful." Outside the chamber's windows, work crews were already upgrading the system's defenses. Old crystal stations now carried human-style repair drones, ready to protect against any threat. The drones themselves glowed with crystal energy, more efficient than ever before. "The pirates who attacked us did us a favor," Stone said with a smile. "They brought our peoples together. Now they'll think twice before attacking either of us." The alien's skin showed agreement blue. They understood now that looking peaceful didn't mean being helpless. As the ceremony ended, Stone and Gray walked to the chamber's observation deck. Below them, the Thunder's hull sparkled with new crystal enhancements, while keeping its sturdy human construction. Like their two species, it was a perfect blend of different approaches working together. "You know," Gray said, his skin showing thoughtful green. "When we first saw your ship, we thought it was the most dangerous thing we had ever seen." He turned to Stone, his colors shifting to friendly gold. "Now we know we were right, but not in the way we thought. It was dangerous because it changed everything we believed about ourselves and about you." Stone watched as another crystal shuttle docked with the Thunder, carrying more supplies for the upgrades. "Sometimes the scariest things turn out to be the best things," she said. "You just have to look at them the right way." Together, they stood watching their people work as equals, neither species quite what the other had expected, but both better for having met. The Thunder had come to System 47 looking for repairs, but it had found something much more valuable, a friendship that would change both their worlds forever.